talk a little bit about managing a team. Like what are some of the, critical skills of leading an IVD platform development program as as a leader of that project?
Number one, making sure you got the right people in the seats on your team, right? If you're thinking of this from the leader's perspective or project manager's perspective or any organization, right? You can't, if you start with not the right people, you're going to struggle from that point out. So, I know we're kind of transitioning off the recruiting topic and more the managing topic, but it's maybe before you even move on to management, you have to make sure you have the right team. And because that's going to matter so much. I think also thinking heavily then about how you delegate tasks out to those on your team. Ideally, you have a great team and therefore you can constantly delegating out, letting people run sub initiatives, sub activities. That's how you get people working in parallel. I think fostering a great dynamic among your team. I'm gonna plug the Key Tech values here and say I think at Key Tech those are a way that we make our teams work well together. We have one value which emphasizes respecting and supporting each other, and I think that's crucial to a team. Right? If people can't respect and support each other, they're never going to be able to build off of each other. We also, emphasize having fun. I think that's another great way that we make our teams effective is to make sure there's some fun in it. And I think the very best clients we've worked for also seem to internalize that idea of having fun. And, at the end of the day, what we're doing is hard, right? Developing products is hard. Bringing new technologies to market is hard. And it's very easy to get wrapped up in all of those challenges. And if you lose sight of having fun through the process, it can really demoralize your team. So, taking on those challenges in a fun way, in a respectful way, and in a creative way, I think is what keeps the energy in a team.
Do you have any other insights, I guess, on managing these multidisciplinary, multi-location teams?
I think understand what motivates people.
Yeah.
Right. Understand what's driving the people on your team to want to be successful. Are they doing this because they believe in the mission? Hopefully. Are they doing this because they really enjoy their specific task they're working on and they want to see that task succeed? Are they doing this because they enjoy working with other people? Right. And that's what makes them successful and motivated. I mean, in many ways, if you're being a great leader, you're understanding this for each individual on your team down to that nuanced level.
Right.
And then you're working with those people to leverage what makes them great, but also understand that for this person, what they want most is to be in a large group, working with others is that personal interaction that makes them happy every day. For this other person, it might mean getting a test to work correctly and getting good results. That's the thing. At the end of the day, it'll make them go home happy, want to come back the next day. And you could probably expand that out to kind of cross company interactions too. If you're working with someone on another company, same thing there. What do they want to see to feel successful? And how can you, make them happy in that way?
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, no, I think one other area, and you touched on it earlier, is like keeping things fun. So, and we hear that a lot, that our clients, they like to work with us. We're actually fun to have dinner with and drink a beer. I guess, what are you doing maybe like week to week or month to month to kind of keep things light and fun on the team?
Yeah. There's probably two categories to that. Obviously there's some specific one-off things you can point to that are fun and silly. We have, for good or bad, we've, done some silly April Fool's pranks over the years of, taking a device and rewriting the firmware to make it make some strange sounds or play the Star Wars theme or something like that. Those are those one-off things that are fun. But April Fool's only comes once a year. And if that's the only thing you're doing to have fun, you're not going to get there. I'm very much a believer in that second category that I was thinking of, which is just the day-to-day small, very like literally 1 second interaction things that make things fun. You know, being in a meeting, keeping it lighthearted, keeping it jovial, remembering that there's never going to be an end to the action items. There's never going to be an end to the work that needs to get done. And so just try to enjoy the moments, enjoy the interactions, enjoy the meetings, and keeping just a general positive. That's probably also a good personal philosophy outside of work we could all embody, but I feel like it's really true in a project. And I think a lot of us, you hear a lot of laughing in key tech meetings. And I think that goes a long way to bring the fun.